want to pivot the conversation a little bit towards SecOps. Many of our customers are in the process of maturing their own approach to SecOps. And what has started to come up is the questions around how can Cisco's new AI Canvas actually support that? I'm just going to throw that open to you if you just want to explain what AI Canvas is and why it's so different.
Yes, AI Canvas represents a brand new operator paradigm for how an operator goes about administrating the network, the security posture, and so on. So unlike the past where you'll have some form of dashboard that an administrator might use, and typically that was used to abstract away the complexity of the underlying network or the thing that you're looking to manage. That is set in such a way that you have an ordered structure of the menu. So menus, and based on that menu structure, you go down to a particular dashboard screen where there'll be a bunch of data widgets that you need to actually enact and work on that workflow. So it's very strict, very bounded. AI Canvas kind of flips the script on that, because what it does, it actually is a dashboard that you use to administer the network. But it's very different in terms of the look and feel. When you start off, there's actually two parts to the dashboard that you see. One part of it is an AI assistant. So rather than clicking on a bunch of GUI menus and buttons, you're going to present it with a prompt, and you're going to be asking the AI assistant for help to do something. That's the first part of it. But the second part of it is this, what we call a generative user interface. So unlike a dashboard, typical dashboard, which is you go down a menu, you find the widget of this particular thing here. On the generative UI, based on the prompt that you ask, it's going to generate the data widgets that you need relative to the prompt that you've issued. For example, if I get a ServiceNow trouble ticket, maybe I have a user in a branch saying I'm having trouble connecting to an application. I can go into my AI assistant, I can say, troubleshoot that ticket. And what it will do is it will go off, inspect and understand the problem. It sees that the user is having trouble connecting to an application. So maybe it'll go off to the router and pull some stats around packet drops. It'll pop up a data widget, here's the router packet drops. Maybe it goes off to Thousand Eyes and pulls the path visibility between the user and the application to say what's happening with all the nodes in between, is there any problem? It might go off to Splunk and pull some application performance telemetry around the application. There's an issue with the application. So you start getting all these data widgets popping up. And so rather than wading through a bunch of different menu screens from this screen to this screen, this screen to try to figure out what's going on, it's going to start popping all that up. Hopefully expediting, reducing the amount of time it takes for you to enact that workflow. Now, the other part of it, which is the hidden part, is the third element of AI Canvas, which is the deep learning model that we have sitting underneath it. So the AI assistant is using this Cisco trained model. It's a small language model. We've taken effectively an open source model and we've trained it with over 40 years worth of Cisco knowledge. This is CAC, this is courses, this is everything that we know about networking.
There's a whole bunch of my tech cases in there.
Probably, and mine too. And that is actually powering that whole experience. And the important point about this is it's a fine-tuned model, which is an expert in networking. It's not going to help you with cooking recipes. It's not going to do anything but serve as an expert assistant with networking. So in combination, these three elements are really going to change the way in which you go about managing and administering the network. So that's AI Canvas kind of at a very high level. And what we're looking to do here, we're looking to bring AI Canvas across our entire portfolio. It's starting off with Meraki Dashboard, Thousand Eyes, Splunk, but it will eventually permeate across the broader part of our portfolio and also interact with our security tools as well. So in terms of how is it going to change the SecOps paradigm, quite dramatically, I think, because this new way of doing things, hopefully we believe is going to drive better efficiency in how the operator gets things done, number one. But number two, leveraging the power of those models and kind of integrating some of those things. We actually have a separate model that we're embedding in some of our security tools, which is a small language model optimized for security operations. And so these models can actually be used to facilitate and help understand what your posture is, what's happening in your network, being able to pass through maybe thousands of events and alerts to work out the one that might be the one that you actually want to pay attention to versus the 9,999 that you don't really care about. So I think that's going to drive a level of efficiency that I didn't see in the market before.